Have you ever walked into a room, looked around, and thought, how did all this stuff pile up? Maybe it's a stack of old magazines you keep meaning to read, or a drawer so full of odds and ends you're afraid to open it. I know that feeling all too well. My Aunt Clara, who's 68 now, used to laugh and say her house was staging a quiet rebellion against her. She'd spend half her morning hunting for her glasses or digging through a closet for a scarf, and it left her feeling frazzled before the day even started. Sound familiar? It's so easy for our homes to feel a little chaotic as time goes on, especially when life gets busy with grandkids, hobbies, or just enjoying retirement. But here's the thing: your home doesn't have to feel like it's running the show. After 60, keeping things organized isn't just about having a tidy space, it's about giving yourself peace of mind, saving time, and making your days feel lighter. A clutter-free home can lift your spirits, make it easier to find what you need, and even help you feel more in control. That's why I'm so excited to share 5 simple organization hacks that can transform your home into a calm, happy place without overwhelming you. These aren't about tearing everything apart or spending hours sorting through boxes. They're practical, doable tricks that fit right into your life, no matter how busy you are. Picture this for a moment: you wake up tomorrow, walk into your kitchen, and everything you need is exactly where it should be. No rummaging for your favorite coffee mug, no tripping over shoes by the door. You feel relaxed, ready to enjoy your morning, maybe even with a little extra time to sit and savor that cup of tea. That's what these hacks are all about: small changes that make your home work for you, not against you. We're going to go through each one step by step, with ideas you can start using today, even if you've never thought of yourself as the organized type. And don't worry, I'm not going to suggest anything complicated or expensive. This is all about keeping things simple and fun. Let's dive into the first hack, which is all about tackling one small spot at a time. If you've ever looked at a messy room and felt like it's too much to handle, this one's a game changer. Instead of trying to organize your whole house in a day that's exhausting just to think about, pick one tiny area to focus on. It could be the drawer where you toss your keys and mail, or that corner of the counter that's become a magnet for random papers. The trick is to keep it small, something you can sort through in 10 or 15 minutes. Grab a little basket or a bag, and start by pulling everything out. Then, ask yourself 3 questions: do I use this? Do I love it? Does it belong here? If the answer's no to any of those, it's time to let it go, either to the trash, a donation box, or another spot in the house. My friend George, who's 71, started doing this with his desk, which was buried under old bills and catalogs. He'd always say, "I'll get to it someday," but someday never came until he tried this hack. He spent just 15 minutes a day, sorting a little pile at a time, and in a week, his desk was clear. Now he says it's his favorite spot to write letters to his grandkids. The best part? Starting small builds momentum. Once that one drawer or corner looks good, you'll feel so accomplished, you'll want to keep going. And if you're wondering where to start, try your kitchen counter. It's amazing how much calmer your mornings feel when it's not cluttered with stuff. Now that you've got a handle on one small spot, let's move to the second hack, which is all about giving everything a home. You know how sometimes you set something down just for now, and then it's still there a month later? I'm guilty of that with my reading glasses. They used to end up everywhere except where I needed them. The idea here is to decide on a specific place for the things you use every day, like your keys, your phone charger, or even your favorite sweater. It doesn't have to be fancy: a little hook by the door for your keys, a basket on the coffee table for remotes, or a shelf for your books. The key is to pick a spot and stick with it, so putting things away becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. I remember my neighbor Linda, who's 65, telling me how she used to lose her purse all the time. She'd leave it on the couch, the dining table, even the bathroom counter once. Finally, she got a small table for her entryway and made it the purse spot. Now, She never wastes a second looking for it, and she says it's like a weight off her shoulders. If you're not sure where to start, think about the things that drive you a little nuts when you can't find them. Maybe it's your scissors or your TV remote. Pick one, give it a home, and watch how much easier your day feels. So, we've tackled a small spot and started giving things a home, which is already going to make your space feel more under control. Next, we're going to talk about a way to keep clutter from sneaking back in, because let's be honest, it loves to creep up when you're not looking. Keeping your home chaos-free is all about staying one step ahead of the clutter, and that brings us to our third hack, which is a simple way to stop stuff from piling up in the first place. You know how easy it is for things to sneak into your house. Maybe it's a free tote bag from an event, a stack of flyers from the mailbox, or those extra mugs that seem to multiply on their own. Before you know it, your space feels crowded again, even after you've worked so hard to tidy it up. This hack is called the one in, one out rule, and it's like a little promise to yourself to keep things balanced. Here's how it works. Every time you bring something new into your home, like a new pair of shoes, a book, or even a kitchen gadget, pick one thing to let go of. It could be an old pair of sneakers that pinch your toes, a book you've already read, or that vegetable peeler you never use because it's not as good as your favorite one. The idea is to keep the total amount of stuff in your home from growing out of control. You don't have to get rid of something expensive or sentimental, just choose something that's not serving you anymore. Maybe you donate it, pass it along to a friend, or recycle it if it's worn out. The point is to make space for what you really love and need. My cousin Ed, who's 70, started doing this after he realized his closet was bursting with shirts he hadn't worn in years. Every time he bought a new one, he'd pick an old one to donate. He told me it felt like a weight lifted, and now his closet is so much easier to navigate. He even started applying the rule to his garage, swapping out old tools for new ones when he needed an upgrade. If you're thinking, but I don't bring new stuff in that often, that's okay. This hack works even for small things, like magazines or kitchen sponges. Next time you grab a new one, toss the old one before it becomes clutter. It's like telling your home, we're keeping things nice and simple around here. The beauty of this rule is how it makes you think twice about what you bring in. You start asking yourself, do I really need this? And that question alone can save you from a lot of extra chaos. If you want to ease into it, try starting with something small, like your sock drawer. Next time you buy a new pair, pick out an old pair with holes to toss. You'll be amazed at how this little habit keeps things from spiraling out of control. Now that we've got a way to keep new clutter at bay, let's talk about the fourth hack, which is all about making your storage work smarter, not harder. If you've ever opened a cabinet and had to dodge a falling stack of pots or rummaged through a box to find one specific photo, you know storage can sometimes feel like more trouble than it's worth. The trick here is to use clear containers and labels to make finding things a breeze. Clear bins let you see what's inside without digging, and labels take away the guesswork, so you're not opening 10 boxes to find your holiday decorations. You don't need to go out and buy a whole new set of containers. Start with what you have. Maybe you've got some empty jars in the kitchen for storing buttons or batteries, or a shoebox you can cover with pretty paper for your sewing supplies. If you do want to pick up something new, those clear plastic bins from the dollar store are fantastic. My friend Dorothy, who's 67, used them to organize her craft supplies. She used to spend ages looking for her knitting needles, but now she can spot them in a second because everything's in clear bins with little labels she wrote herself. She even got fancy and used a marker to write yarn and patterns in her own handwriting, which makes it feel personal. To make this hack really shine, think about the things you use most often and keep them in easy-to-reach spots. For example, if you love baking, store your measuring cups in a clear container right by the stove, not buried in a drawer. If you're organizing papers, a small clear folder labeled bills or letters can save you so much time. And here's a little tip: don't overstuff your containers. Leave a bit of wiggle room so you can grab what you need without a wrestling match. This hack is all about making your life easier, so you can spend less time searching and more time doing what you love, whether that's reading a good mystery or calling your grandkids to hear about their day. As you start playing around with clear containers and labels, you'll notice how much calmer your home feels when you know exactly where everything is. It's like giving yourself a gift every time you open a drawer and find what you need right away. We've got one more hack coming up that's going to take all these ideas and make them even easier to stick with, especially on those days when you're feeling a bit tired or overwhelmed. Now that we've got your home starting to feel more like a calm oasis, let's wrap things up with our fifth hack, which is all about keeping this organized vibe going without it feeling like a chore. You've tackled a small spot, given everything a home, kept new clutter in check, and made your storage work smarter. Those are huge wins. But sometimes, even with the best intentions, life gets busy, and it's easy to slip back into old habits. Maybe you're hosting family for the weekend, or you're caught up in a new hobby, and suddenly that tidy counter is covered in papers again. That's where this last hack comes in. It's called the 5-minute tidy, and it's like a secret weapon for keeping your home chaos-free, even on your busiest days. Here's how it works. Pick one moment in your day. It could be right after breakfast, while your evening tea is steeping, or even during a commercial break if you're watching your favorite show. Set a timer for just 5 minutes, and focus on one quick task to spruce things up. Maybe you put away the dishes in the sink, fold a few pieces of laundry, or clear off the coffee table. The key is to keep it short and simple, so it feels like a breeze, not a marathon. You'd be surprised how much you can get done in 5 minutes when you're focused. It's like a little burst of energy that keeps your home feeling fresh without wearing you out. My neighbor Tom, who's 72, started doing this after he noticed his dining table was turning into a catch-all for mail and groceries. Every evening, right after dinner, he'd set his phone timer for 5 minutes and just deal with whatever was on that table. Some days, he'd sort the mail, other days, he'd put away a few bags. Now, he says that table stayed clear for months, and it's become his favorite spot to play cards with his buddies. If 5 minutes feels too short, you can always do 2 rounds, but don't feel like you have to. The magic of this hack is how it builds a habit. Those little moments add up, and before you know it, tidying feels as natural as pouring your morning coffee. If you're wondering what to tackle first, think about the spots that bug you the most when they're messy. For me, it's the entryway. If shoes and jackets are scattered, I feel frazzled the second I walk in. So, I spend 5 minutes fluffing cushions or hanging coats, and it's like my whole house sighs with relief. You can even make it fun. Put on a favorite song and tidy to the beat. I know a lady who dances around her living room while she picks up, and she swears it's the best part of her day. Whatever you choose, this hack is about giving yourself permission to do just a little, because a little goes a long way. As you're trying this out, picture how good it feels to walk into a space that's calm and welcoming, where you can relax without a pile of stuff staring you down. That's what these hacks are all about, making your home a place that lifts you up, not stresses you out. We've talked about starting small with one drawer or corner, creating homes for your everyday things, keeping clutter from sneaking in with the one in, one out rule, organizing smarter with clear containers and labels, and now keeping it all together with a quick daily tidy. Each of these steps is like a brush stroke, painting a picture of a home that feels just right for you. If you're sitting there thinking, this sounds doable, but will it really make a difference? Let me tell you, it absolutely will. I've seen it with my own eyes, from friends who've reclaimed their kitchens to family members who feel lighter just walking through their front door. My Aunt Clara, who I mentioned earlier, used to feel overwhelmed by her cluttered closets, but after trying ideas like these, she's got her home so organized, she's started hosting game nights again. It's not about being perfect, it's about creating a space that lets you focus on what matters most, whether that's spending time with loved ones, picking up a new hobby, or just enjoying a quiet moment with a good book. I'd love to hear how these hacks work for you, so please drop a comment below and share your story. Maybe you've already got a favorite organizing trick, or maybe you're excited to try that 5-minute tidy. What's on your mind? And if you found this video helpful, give it a quick like. It helps us share these ideas with more folks who might need a little nudge to get organized. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're always posting simple tips to make your life easier and more joyful, no matter where you are in your journey. As you go about your day, remember this: your home is your sanctuary, and every small step you take to keep it chaos-free is a gift to yourself. You deserve a space that feels good, supports you, and lets you shine. Here's to a clutter-free home and a heart full of peace today and always.